What is going on, everybody? ZyoniK here, and in today's video we're going to be diving into the Ultra League with some battles submitted to the channel by a member of the community, Wystetia, running Giratina Altered, Shadow Drapion, and Talonflame. A very strong team that you guys can use in the Open Ultra League. Alright, so with Talonflame on the team, I'm obviously hoping for some booms, and we do see a tough lead here with Walrein on the lead, so they're going to go ahead and swap right into Drapion, and we will see them swap out on a good catch here. I believe that was a Talonflame that came in, catching the Crunch right here. Yeah, it was a Talonflame, and they do get a shield. Now, Drapion having access to Aqua Tail as well in this situation could prove very beneficial, as they do decide to no-shield this charge move, and it is just going to be a Flame Charge, so they should be able to get to 2 Aqua Tails before going down to Incinerates, obviously putting a lot of pressure now on the Talonflame here in the mid-game. There goes the second shield. That is huge for them, as now their Talonflame in the back could have 2-0 shields against the rest of the team, and could obviously sweep. Now, can they get to another Aqua Tail? No, they cannot. So we're going to see that Giratina Altered come in, and honestly, you can probably tank this Brave Bird just fine, and that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to go ahead and let it go through, and it is the Brave Bird. And let's see, yeah, they're just going to go ahead and try to commit to the farm down. We do see a swap now into Walrein, throwing the Icicle Spear here, and will they give up a shield? No, they're going to trust now in Talonflame to sweep this game 2-0 shields, and in a good situation where they're only taking neutral damage here from Walrein. So it's not going to be too deadly, especially since they do have 2 shields, and they can go for Flame Charge to boost that damage, as it's still going to do neutral here against that Ice Water typing. Now, you got to remember, there's still the Talonflame in the back with a little bit of energy. I believe it has maybe 1 fast move in it of energy, and we don't know what that third Pokemon is, but Talonflame now needs to be very careful. They got to save a shield for the opponent's Talonflame, because it could get very close. And yeah, they're just going to go ahead and go straight for Flame Charge right here to get that Walrein out of there. That way, they are loaded on damage with Incinerate with a decent amount of health. We do see the Talonflame come in, and they did have a charge move. They're going to be forced to shield right here, as even a Flame Charge could be deadly as they do stop it. And the final Pokemon is going to be Toxicroak, so a Brave Bird. Boosted Brave Bird. Mind you, Brave Bird would already one-shot, but this is boosted, so it's going to extra one-shot. Boom! One-shots Toxicroak, and we just had a Talonflame sweep. Good battle. Moving into the next one, we got Scrafty here on the lead. Now, this is a tough Pokemon to deal with this team because of the core breaking potential with Drapion and Giratina Altered. So they got to be very careful how they play this. And how they're looking to go about it is staying in with Giratina Altered here and looking to go for Dragon Claws and catch the charge move now on Drapion. If this is Power Up Punch, this could be devastating for them, but it is going to be the foul play. So that's a huge catch. And we do see a swap now into Nidoqueen. So they can still put pressure here with Aqua Tail. It's going to take multiple Aqua Tails, honestly, to take down the Nidoqueen. Even though Nidoqueen is taking super effective damage, it doesn't do that much here in the Ultra League because of the bulk of stats. But Drapion needs to watch out for Earth Power. And it was the Earth Power. Boom! One-shots the Drapion. Now, we're going to see Giratina come in right away and look to load up on energy and hopefully come out of this fight with multiple Dragon Claws ready to go for that Scrafty that is likely going to be coming back in. They will be hit by an... Okay, never mind. They're just going to go straight for Dragon Claw right here, hoping to get rid of Nidoqueen before it can get to an Earth Power. Let's see if it pays off. No, they get hit with the charge move now, and they're going to let it go. It is likely going to be Earth Power in this situation. Yeah, it was the Earth Power right there, as they do farm down. So still 2-2 shields, and we see a Trevenant come in. That is actually huge for them because Talonflame now has the potential to sweep. So we will see a swap out right away, as a shield did go up on Talonflame, and Scrafty now is going to be coming in, and things are not looking good for the opponent. Talonflame in this situation, 2-2 shields, but it can farm down. They're going to go ahead and shield, and it was the foul play, so that's a big shield right there. This is looking very, very good for Talonflame to sweep this game, because this is probably going to get shielded. No, they decided to no shield. Okay, Talonflame now can farm down. Scrafty does get to another charge move, but they're going to let it go. I don't think that was enough for foul play. No, it was a foul play. Okay, so now it's 1-to-1 shields here. Trevenant versus Talonflame, and the Talonflame is 1 Incinerate away from the second Flame Charge, which should seal the deal right here for them. One more coming through. Yeah, that's going to be a good game. Oh, they go for the Brave Bird instead. I guess Flame Charge would have done it anyways, but Brave Bird is a good way to end this battle. Boom! Takes out the Trevenant. All right, Talonflame looking very strong. Moving to the next one, we got Giratina versus Tapu Fini on the lead. So again, another nice core breaker here for this team if you guys want to counter it. Water Gun and Surf can really, and Moonblast can tear apart Giratina Altered and Talonflame. And in this situation, they really can't go for switch either. Drapion was really their only answer to the Tapu Fini here. So even if they do decide to give up shields and try to take switch advantage, it's really going to go nowhere because the Tapu Fini can sweep the back line. So they got to be very careful and hope for shield advantage, because honestly, landing Brave Birds and Ancient Powers against Tapu Fini is going to be their only bet. They got shield advantage right there, and they're going to go ahead and go for another Aqua Tail, but it looks like they might be able to get to 2 more, which could potentially flip this around. They do get 2 shields. Can they get to the next one in time? No, they go down. That is unfortunate here for them. They do have 2 shields though, which could still be viable now for Giratina Altered to take out Tapu Fini because of the Shadow Claw and Ancient Power damage. But we will see a swap out now into Talonflame to farm down, but the opponent has too much energy. Will they be forced to shield right here? Are they going to let it go? They're going to shield, so stopping. I'm not sure what that was. I didn't see the animation. And we will see Tapu Fini come in, so this is such a tough call. Here comes the Surf. They got a shield. No, they're going to let it go. I think they know it's basically good game, as Tapu Fini is going to be able to take them down. Maybe they're hoping to trust in Giratina Altered to sweep, potentially, not knowing what's in the back. But a Brave Bird here is still going to do a lot of damage now to Tapu Fini, and they won't be able to survive. So yeah, that's going to look to be a good game. Yeah, Trevin in the back. Yeah, that's game over. Dragon Claws aren't going to do enough damage. Now, are they going to still shield or just kind of let this go? No, they're going to go ahead and shield. I mean, if they had Shadow Sneaks, maybe they could take it, but I don't think that's going to be the case here, as Dragon Claw is just really not going to do enough damage. So unfortunate right there for them. They're banking on maybe Giratina Altered having a better matchup, potentially, if they farm down the Tapu Fini, but Trevin is definitely a hard one to face off against in the back in that situation. Good game. All right, moving to the next one. We've got Giratina versus Pidgeot. I can't read the names, obviously, but Pidgeot right here. Looking pretty nice with Ancient Power for the Giratina Altered, but they do need to be careful about Brave Bird. So let's see what decides to come through. It's probably going to be Feather Dance. Yeah, that is going to be Feather Dance. So that's a good no-shield by them. They do decide to now swap out into Drapion, baking all that energy, and we do see a Swampert now come in. So Drapion still going to put a lot of pressure here with Crunch and Aqua Tail in this mid-game matchup. And I don't think a Hydro Cannon is going to be enough to one-shot Drapion from this range. But if it does land, that means the Swampert should be able to farm down with Mud Shot. But they do get a shield right there, which is pretty huge. And honestly, drawing out a Swampert here with them when you have a Talonflame in the back line is very big, especially with Giratina Altered. Yeah, it's not enough damage right there, especially with Giratina Altered being there to be able to farm down the Swampert here, especially if this Aqua Tail does land. Yeah, that's a perfect setup now for Giratina Altered. They might want to... Oh, CMP tie, I was going to say. They're probably going to have to shield the potential Earthquake here, and it was an Earthquake. So that's a good shield right there. They can now farm down, but unfortunately they did CMP tie, which is tough. Had they come in right away and thrown it, maybe they could have gotten away with that. But you still have a good amount of energy for Pidgeot, considering it already dumped its Feather Dance on the lead. So it is going to be coming back in, and they can go ahead and go for Ancient Powers now. It did get a boost to its damage at the start of this season, so it's going to do a bit more, and that's a good amount of damage, and the potential to boost is always very nice. So here comes another Feather Dance. I don't think that was enough for Brave Bird right there, and we will see them swap out once again into Talonflame. So dumping Pidgeot's energy and banking Giratina's, then swapping out is a good call. We do see a swap into, I'm not sure what that was, but a Flame Charge is going to be going. Oh, another Talonflame. Okay, so double flyer strategy there from the opponent. And now this is going to be very interesting. They are slightly ahead on energy, so we'll have to see if this is going to be a Brave Bird or if they call the bait. They're calling the bait, and it was a Flame Charge. That is huge right there. Had that been a Brave Bird, things could have gotten very dangerous very quickly, but they're going to go ahead and fire their own Brave Bird right back as they do get a shield, and now it's going to be a race to the next charge move. Who is going to get there in time? They are going to be able to land this Brave Bird now. That's beautiful right there, being slightly ahead on energy, dramatically played off for them in this mid-game, and now they can swap back into their own Giratina, which has been banking energy this whole time, and they're able to get to the Ancient Power to close this game out. Beautiful dance right there from them. with the energy on Giratina, clearing your debuffs, getting themselves shield advantage. Really good gameplay. All right, moving next one, we got Giratina versus Giratina Mirror. Now, let's see if it's a Shadow Claw Mirror. It is going to be Shadow Claw Mirror. So this is going to come down to CMP ties. Who has the highest overall attack? That doesn't necessarily mean the direct IVs. Well, in this case, since it's a mirror, it's probably going to come down to the IVs as well. But it's all based on the overall attack stat. So even if you have different Pokemon, so like a Giratina versus Tapu Fini, it's not a matter of the attack IV stat, it's a matter of overall attack with the stats in the background. So it looks like this this battler does not have CMP tie. They are losing CMP ties right here, which is unfortunate. So they're probably going to be losing this lead if they get to another Dragon Claw. But honestly, the health, I don't think they're going to make it. No, they win with 1 HP in a dream, able to take switch advantage, and that was a bug steal that came in. It might be Escavalier, which obviously Talonflame is going to destroy. It was as an Escavalier, so Talonflame looking very strong right now as we see a swap out into Cobalion, and now Talonflame is going to go on a tear, doing super effective damage to both Pokemon, having Flame Charge to boost its Incinerate damage. We're looking at another sweep and more booms, which is always fun to see. So, Talonflame, if you guys haven't dusted it off yet for this season, bring it in. It's looking very, very strong in this meta, and they're looking to farm down. Now, this is going to be close. Cobalion might be able to get to another charge move, and I think they're throwing Sacred Swords right here, so if they get to a Stone Edge, it's going to be dangerous, and they do swap out now into Drapion, so we'll have to see if this is Sacred Sword or Stone Edge. It was a Stone Edge. That's a huge catch on Drapion right there. You literally could not have caught that at a more perfect time. Able to save their Talonflame with a lot of energy. That way they can handle the Escavalier in the back. Now, Escavalier still has a shield, but my goodness, I don't think Escavalier can do it. Honestly, Talonflame, and especially since they let that charge move go through. I mean, granted, they would have lost CMP tie, but Talonflame now can just go for an Incinerate and end it. Yeah, look at how much damage that is. Booming with fast moves. Good battle. I think that was the final one. Yeah, that was the final battle. So, what a good set here from this battler. Thank you for sharing with us. Giratina Altered, Drapion, and Talonflame. So Talonflame, again, looking very, very strong if you guys can give it shields and get those counters out of the way like we saw with Swampert come into that Drapion. So, hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and like always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.